Hey, it's Jeff Sauer here, and for the last several months, I've been obsessing over Google Data Studio. It all started out when I was teaching in Minneapolis. I did a live course on Data Studio. It was the first time that I taught it, and I was really excited to bring the power of Google Data Studio to everybody who was in the class, and not only that, but also to people who subscribe to my blog, my YouTube channel, and people who just follow what I do. And so I went and created this awesome course in Minneapolis, and then something crazy happened. About halfway through the first hour of the class, of a 5-hour class, my recording stopped and I lost everything. And so really all that I have left from that whole day of teaching, other than the satisfied students who loved the course in person, what I have left is just the audio from the first half an hour. And this video represents that audio from the first half an hour of that session. We'll call it the lost recording sessions of my Data Studio course. But have no fear. I'm actually working on a studio version with better audio, better visuals, better everything than the in-person course. And I'm going to be releasing that to you very soon on the Jefflytics blog, and I'm going to let you know about it. And so watch this video on why Google Data Studio is so important. Forgive me for the audio that happened in that classroom there in Minneapolis. And then listen up, pay attention to all my emails, pay attention to everything, because we are going to be releasing more content on Data Studio for free on our YouTube channel and on our blog. And then finally, we're going to wrap things up by launching my best course to date, which is my course on Google Data Studio. So I'm here in Thailand recording basically 24/7 what I consider to be the best course on the market on Data Studio. So watch this video on why Data Studio is important to you, why you should care, and then be prepared for an onslaught of awesomeness where we're going to teach you not only how Google Data Studio works, but how to deliver awesome reports to your organization efficiently, effectively, and in a way that saves you a ton of time. I look forward to sharing with you tons of information, tons of inspiration when it comes to Data Studio, and it all starts with this video. So why Data Studio? Why this class? Because back in 2005, right when I was getting into analytics, right when I was getting into marketing, my job was 95% perspiration, 5% inspiration. Meaning that I would spend at least 30 hours a week pulling data from really different data sources, trying to put it together. At first I started putting it together in an Excel sheet. Eventually we ran into the row limit of Excel and they said you no longer you can't put any more data in here. You need to have a database behind it. So I started doing Access databases, SQL Server, all these different data tools. And eventually I was like writing code, SQL code and stuff like that in order to even get a report to be delivered. And so that was my job. And I'd pull like I'd do all-nighters in order to get a report ready to go. That was a pain in the butt. It sucked. Lots of pulling data, lots of breaking Excel, lots of database work in SQL, lots of formatting and frustration. That's the other thing is that you learn that Excel is a terrible tool long-term because it doesn't have the concept of a page. You might put one value in there, change one word, and then it suddenly prints like 47 pages. I had that trouble the other day. I was trying to create something that you could print out, this framework that I'm going to provide to you, and it was printing to 64 pages. Now I got it down to printing in the 5 pages. It took me like an hour to do that. That's painful long-term, but it does help you do a proof of concept. So I was really sick of the formatting and frustration. And it wasn't fun. And so I eventually hired that out. I replaced myself, that part of the job, with other people. But and it just led to more frustrated people. It just led to frustration over and over again. Well, with modern technology, including Google Data Studio, we have the opportunity to flip the balance. 95% inspiration, which is exploring the data, learning from what's going on in there. 5% getting your dashboard in place and just making sure that it refreshes month after month. Does that mean that there will be no data work? Probably not. Does it mean that you can just get by with having a template and never understanding how your analytics data works and how the stuff all comes together? Probably not. Like, I'm not going to gloss over and say that there isn't some kind of technical aspect to what we're doing here. But at least now you have the time to go ahead and focus on that stuff instead of just saying, it's done, take it or leave it. Because that's what I said. That was my job for like 5 years. It's like, hey, the report's done, take it or leave it. That's as much as I can do. Now I'm going to go home. Okay, so that's really how it's gone. You can flip the balance. And Data Studio is the first tool that I found that's out there that can flip that balance, not only make it so that you can do this stuff in a 95% of your time on analysis, but also that's widely available. It's free. It actually just left beta last week, so it was a beta product. Now it's officially an official product at Google. So it's free, it's super powerful, and it has connections to a lot of the systems that we use. And when I say we, I mean a lot of systems that we teach. We teach you about Google Analytics. We teach you about Google Ads. We teach you about Google Search Console. We teach you about, I don't know if there's much on YouTube, but we teach you about social. So a lot of different platforms that we're teaching here, they can flood their data into Google Data Studio very quickly, and you just have it available to you. And so it really is like the presentation layer on top of all the other things you can learn here. So it's really nice that it all fits together. And so that's why I'm so excited to share it with you. Just some background stuff about Data Studio. Here's one reason why I really like it a lot, is that it connects right now with 18 different Google platforms. Or I'm not even going to call them Google platforms. They're connectors that Google gives you. And so Google allows you to connect with 18 different platforms that are out there natively without charging any money. So in the free tool, you can connect to 18 different systems. Now some of these things are no-brainers, they're obvious. Google Ads, Google Analytics, Google Sheets, YouTube's analytics tool, Google Search Console. Those are all things that you're probably using in some capacity. If you're doing any advertising, and if you're doing anything inside of Google Analytics, you've probably connected to those items at some point in time. Maybe not YouTube, but definitely Search Console, Google Ads, Google Analytics. And then Google Sheets, anybody can use it. It's a spreadsheet tool. It's actually sort of my fail-safe for Google Data Studio, and I'll show you what I mean by that once we get inside of it. And then if you look up here, there's some other stuff you might not even know about, but they allow you to connect to a MySQL database. Now you might not use these, you might not know what they mean, but basically it's your way of connecting to your internal company database of some sort. So if you have a customer database that's built on top of a PHP MySQL website, you can connect to that thing and you can query your customer database and get how many orders you had. You can connect to BigQuery, which allows you to connect to, basically it's like this really, really powerful database engine, and you can pull data out of these other areas. And so what Google's doing is it's allowing you to connect to Google's systems and your own systems with these different connectors. And that's really nice. But what they don't do is they don't let you connect to Facebook. They don't let you connect to their competitors, because why would they? Why would they let you build a dashboard that says, here's how Facebook compares to Google Ads? They have something to lose from that, so they're not going to make it easy on you. And so there's these third-party connectors that come out, and as of the count when I pulled the screenshot, 99 different partners, 99 different partner connectors. And so you can use this to connect to, and I just took the first page. You scroll, 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 like Bing Ads, Amazon Ads, AdRoll, which is a remarketing tool and display advertising tool. Adobe Analytics, say that you weren't using Google Analytics, you can connect to Adobe Analytics. I don't know why you'd use Adobe Analytics over Google Analytics, but you could. Analytics Canvas, that's a reporting tool. So there's all kinds of cool connectors that are out there that will allow you to connect from system A to system B. Does that make sense? So Google natively knows how Google works, so they connect you automatically to the Google stuff. They also let you connect to just general databases, because all you're doing is querying a database and then pulling out data. Now you'd have to write, if you were to connect to a MySQL database, you'd have to understand how to write a query or a SQL query for that database. But they make it easy on you, and then they pull the data in for you. And then everything they don't have, actually I wouldn't say everything that they don't have, but many items they don't have are covered in a third-party connector. And when I say they don't have everything, this is where I have some frustration. For example, I would love to have a dashboard that pulled in stuff from my email marketing tool. It would be amazing, right? Well, guess how many email marketing tools there are out there? We're talking hundreds to thousands, right? There's anything from MailChimp, which is very popular and very widely adopted, all the way down to stuff that's really very expensive and proprietary email platforms. I use one called Drip, and Drip does not have a connector to Data Studio. So if I wanted to build a full automated business dashboard for my business, I would have to resort to like a Google Sheet or pulling that data manually to get it into Google Data Studio. So it's not perfect for me yet. And it's probably not going to be perfect for anybody here. So I will warn you, is that it's very good. It usually covers somewhere between 75 and 90% of the data that you need to collect with the native stuff without paying any more money.
But that still means that there's 10 to 25% of the stuff that you want to put in a dashboard that you're going to have to either manually pull, use a Google Sheet to pull the data in, or figure out a way to get it in there, or just not report on it. Now you can probably imagine not reporting on something is not going to be very cool to do that, but that might be how you choose to do it. Yes, you can get most of the stuff you want. It's better off than starting with nothing. It's better off than going and pulling data manually in Excel and everything like that. But it does still have a few things that need to be improved. I know it's really hard for you to see this, but this is called Supermetrics. This little red logo, you'll see this one a lot. They're one of the major connectors. They let you connect to different things. They have a product that costs about $100 a month, and that will let you connect to all these different platforms that they support. It's $100 for unlimited access, or like $20 for one data source. I just emailed the guy who runs Supermetrics today, and he said that they're not going to support my e-commerce platform or my email platform this year for sure. And so I guess I don't know what their timeline is or when they're going to roll out stuff, but it seems like they're pretty entrenched in what they have out there. Basically, Google does most of the stuff you need. These other tools do a little bit more, but I'm not at 100%, and I would imagine that you're probably not going to be at 100% of your sources are natively connecting the data in there. But I do have a workaround, and I'm going to show you that workaround pretty extensively once we get into Data Studio, how I do it, how I handle it, and how you'll probably handle it until the native connector comes in place. Or it might end up being how you do it always. And I'll show you some reasons why you might consider always pulling your data from Google Sheets instead of pulling it in from one of these connectors. Cool? And then there's open source connections too, so that anybody can create one that's no charge but not owned by Google. So a third party can create a tool and feed it into there. And what I will tell you is that I haven't found any use for these yet. It's more for fun. It's more for if you just want to explore, like you could look at people's Google Fit data or something like that. See if that works. Play around with this stuff and see what you can do. Maybe the page speed, that's a pretty new one. Maybe that'll be useful for you. But check them out, know that they're there, but I haven't found an open sourced one that replaces the paid ones yet. That would be nice. That's what I consider to be truly useful, and it saves me money. Plus, there's all these different report options that are out there. So if you've been in Google Data Studio before, this might be how far you've gotten. You'd use these templates. So you might do this first one's a Google Analytics one, Search Console, Google Ads, YouTube, and this stuff, Google Sheets. Those are all just sort of playing around. There's different dashboards that are out there. We will be playing with these because this is a good starting point. Again, blank canvas is not very fun. Having a starting point and then making adjustments is really where we start to shine, where we start to really make an impact. And if you get into this and you get good, you can build very comprehensive dashboards. So this is something that I built this week in Data Studio. Not the prettiest looking dashboard in the world, but it actually is the pulse of an entire business. And I'll show you how we did that. We're actually going to spend a lot of time inside of this dashboard, and I have a one-click copy this into your account link in our resources. So if you don't want to spend a lot of time and you like this model that I'm going to unveil to you very shortly here, then you have a one-click way to get this into your account. And so that's a big part of what we're going to learn today. And then here's the specific things that I want to cover by the end of this class. How to understand your website strategy and success metrics, creating a Google Data Studio account. So how do you create an account if you don't have one? How does all that work? Using Data Studio templates with your own data. What is a template? And then how do you connect your own data to it? Viewing these prototypes that we have, both the Google provided ones and the one that I'm going to provide you as well. Mapping data sources to build out dashboards. You're going to merge multiple data sources and match your prototype. Where can we automate as well? Like what can we automate? Making your dashboard strategic. That is basically the measure twice, cut once, where you're going to go in and you're going to build these things out manually in Excel or even sketching it out on paper around your strategy. Then you go find the data because it takes way less time to do it on paper and to move things around when you're doing it lo-fi than it does when you're in a tool. When you're trying to work with live data, it can be really frustrating. We're going to talk about data connectors. I previewed the 99 data connectors that are out there for you. How do you format your reports? I think that, some of this stuff is pretty no-brainer. It's pretty straightforward. Like formatting a report here, changing the font is like changing a font on PowerPoint or in Microsoft Word. but not everything's intuitive. And sometimes I have to do a double take myself just to find something. So I'll just give you some tips on how you can find stuff, how to change a number to a percentage point. There's just little stuff that like you just pick up on the more that you use this thing. And so we'll talk about some data formatting. And then how do you deliver a comprehensive dashboard? What does it look like?